Here it says a manager uses a function to calculate the profit, PR, as a function of price, R. And it gives us this function here, and it's asking us some questions. So if you are given a function to model a situation, it's good to graph it and analyze that graph. So first thing I do, though, is highlight it within the problem what each of the variables stands for. So profit is the PR, and price is the R. Now, since I'm going to use a graphing calculator to graph this, I'm going to change those to X and Y. Because when I think of graphs, I think of this as my X-axis, this is my Y-axis. I think of points as my X and Y coordinate. So it's just more clear to me when I'm dealing with X and Y. So I'm going to change my price to an X. I'm going to change my profit to a Y. So this is what I'm going to graph. So when you click on the graphing calculator on the state test or just calculator, this is what you're going to see. You want to scroll down if you don't see the keypad. If you scroll down in the bottom left, you'll be given the option to show the keypad if you would like to use these buttons instead of your keyboard. So now let's enter in our function. After I do that, this is what I see. I just see this red line. If you click on the graph, then your keypad will move away, and I'm going to zoom out. If you look up in the top right corner, you see a plus and a minus for zoom in and zoom out. So let's zoom out and see if we can see any more of this graph. Yep, we see another line there, so we know it's not just one straight line. If you keep zooming out, you can kind of scroll down. Just move it like a piece of paper. And there you see. This is a parabola. This is the top of the graph, the vertex. If you click on that point, it'll tell you the coordinates. It'll tell you the coordinates of all the key points, all of our intercepts. So once you have that, let's start to analyze it a bit more. At this point, I might make a sketch on my piece of paper just so I can label my X and Y axis as price and profit. So always when you're looking at these graphs of real-world situations, you want to think, should I just be focusing on a certain portion of the graph? So think about what each of the axes represents. For instance, the X-axis represents price. Can price be negative? Do I care about this left side of the graph when the price is negative, when X is negative? No, so let's erase that portion of the graph. And then the Y-axis represents profit. Can profit be negative? Yeah, profit can be negative. When profit is positive, that means you're making money. When it's negative, that means you're losing money. So we do care about the entire Y-axis. So the next thing I like to do is to label the points with price and profit, with what X and Y represent. Now let's go through and read each of these points aloud with their labels to help us understand what it's saying. So first off, on the left, when the price, this point right here, when the price is 0, the profit is negative 106. So when my price is 0, I'm actually making a negative profit. I'm losing money. So as my price increases, like when my price is $1, I'm still making negative money. But finally, when I get to $2 price, then I make 0 profit. So at least I'm not losing money. Anything below $2, I'm losing money. But when I reach $2, I have a 0 profit. From there, as my price goes up, then I start making more and more money. So all the way up to here. When the price is $27.5, I make the most profit I've made. I'm going to make $650. Then as my price goes up, then my profit starts to go down again. When I reach this point right here, when my price is $53, then my profit is 0 again. Again, I'm not losing money, but I'm not making any money. And then as my price increases over $53, I start making a loss again. So now that we have a better understanding of what this graph tells us, let's look at the questions. The thing I would say about questions like this is sometimes people will pick the correct point to focus in on, but maybe they'll give the x coordinate when they should have given the y coordinate. So you want to pay attention to what the question is asking. Is the question asking for the price, which is the x coordinate, or the profit, which is the y coordinate? So first off, it's saying, what is the minimum price? So we're looking for the x coordinate to avoid a loss. So minimum means the lowest price that you can have where you're not losing money, but you're not making money. So that would be right here, this one, at $2 price. That's the lowest price I can charge and not be losing money. Anything lower than that, I'm losing money. The next one says, what is the maximum price? Again, I'm looking at the x coordinate, the highest price to avoid a loss. So that would be this point right here. Once I charge above $53, then I'm losing money. So $53 is the highest price before I start losing money again. And the last one says, what is the price? What price do you have the greatest profit? And that would be this one right here. This is our biggest profit. Profit is our y coordinate. The biggest profit is $650.25. If it said what's the highest profit, that's what I would say. But this is saying what is the highest price, what is the x coordinate to give the highest profit, the highest y coordinate. So here I would say $27.50.